in these two 5-hit combos, a 5-hit combo into the striker, another 5-hit combo, very normal to do, nothing tricky about it, into a special 2 is going to do over 455,000 damage. And like I said, early in the fight, it does not look that different. Hey, welcome back to the channel. All right, it's time for us to go over 7-star Gamora. I took her to rank 2 quite a while ago, actually, and she's been really good in battlegrounds and shorter form content. But the thing with her was always she could ramp up to these very high levels. There just never was the opportunity to do it. But then we had the 7 for 7, and I was able to use her. And I'm going to edit them all down because I just want to show you the various utility and things of why I think it is so valuable. And then I'm going to show you the fight against the 9.5 Captain America on the CCP server, so you can see there's a good reason to think she may be phenomenal for us in Necropolis. Now let's go ahead and jump into this. I mean, this champion is highly underrated, has been since the day she came out, but I know the community, I know a lot of you are catching on to how good you are because you are telling me, hey, she's really, and I'm like, yeah, I agree. I did the buff video. So here we go. Okay, so here's one of the first pieces of utility I think is incredibly important for us to keep in mind, as this could come up, right? Because it's not just evade, it's resistances and things like that too. Here, off of her special 3, she has a true strike buff for 14 seconds, allowing the champion to ignore armor, resistances, auto block, and evade. Plus, it is also refreshed with their heavy, as you just saw there. So, you know, we've only got 7 of the Furies up, we've only got 1 of the Cruelties, but you can see the damage we're already doing. It's another thing you're gonna hear me talk about a lot in this video is, yes, her Cruelties and her Furies can go up to 25, but she's getting such a massive benefit from them, even at that like 5 to 10 to 15 level, that the ramp is nowhere near as big as we think it is, the theoretical ramp or that absolute ceiling. You're getting to a very meaningful material ramp early. The point of this fight here is this is against this old man, Logan, is that when she has 8 buffs, which again, not that hard to get up, right? We did that in the first, I think, we're gonna do it in the first 18 hits here, 17 of the fight. She just can't miss. She just doesn't miss. So she can handle evade, there's the armor, there's the auto block, and now there's also the miss, and she has a nice, easy refresh with her heavy. Her heavy is easy, obviously, after a parry stun, but then also has a great reach in case you can't parry stun. I'll show that to you in some further fights here. This one was just really fun, actually. There was something on the node that I think gave us more Furies or something like that, and we're gonna get this Act 7 boss down in I think it's 11 seconds. You can see we're stacking up our Furies. We're getting some really nice RNG there, but I think there's also something about the node increasing them. And then a word about the relic. The relic I do think is extremely helpful for her. Mine is a 5-star. It is awakened, but I only have it ranked 2. So you don't have to have the 6-star. You don't have to have it at a super high ranked up level. You're gonna want the relics anyways with the strikers when you go into Necropolis. At least that's what it's looking like, right? Based on the information that we have. So you're gonna want that, and that's gonna be extremely, extremely helpful to you. The other thing I wanna point out is that, she seems to have a very good crit rate. Now, also, if she's just awakened, you can guarantee that her specials will crit. It does go on a cooldown, but just that simple awakening takes her specials from, I think it's a 65% chance to crit, all the way up to 100, so you can get that nice benefit. This was a crit me with your best shot node here with this Venom the Duck, and so that's why he's going unblockable, but we're also able to play around the node and do this massive damage that you're seeing here. I mean, these are just big numbers. But again, like I said, and this is the other thing, I'm just gonna keep saying it because I really wanna make sure that it gets home, and I know people skip around and things like that, is look, we've only got 13 Furies, 14 Furies, and 6 of the Cruelties, and you're seeing how big the numbers already are. Yeah, you're gonna wanna get to the 25, and I will show that, but you're doing massive damage even before you get to that, as you're ramping up, as you're doing your heavy, and then all that extra utility that we've already shown you. There's another one. This is a little one. This was a sneaky one. I think this one's going to be sneaky. I think it's the next fight. No, not quite yet. So this is Super Masochism, Rich Get Richer. I hope Kabam doesn't put that strict or, you know, niche making, there's a better word for it, sort of node for us to fight against, but it could happen. I mean, Necropolis is supposed to be incredibly hard, and no one gets buffs quite like Gamora. I guess Gore is maybe sitting there raising his hand, and there's some other champions, Hulkling and stuff too. But it's just as far as the pure amount of them, you can see how many we're getting here. And then you're just gaining power like a crazy person. And like I said, your specials with that guaranteed crit, you saw those big numbers. I know I'm also going to put it in the intro because I love big numbers. I love big yellow numbers. I love big red numbers. I love big yellow numbers. I love them all equally. They are all welcome at my table and on my channel. So there we go. We're going in and you can see how quickly we are just going to completely destroy this Yondu. Remember, these are Act 7 bosses. So these are anywhere between 350 and like 700, 800K health pool. And the special one hits exceptionally hard too. It's not just a special 2. Special 1 has the bleed. Special 2 has the armor break in case you need those as well. I think you're seeing it. There's a lot. There's a reason why we really like this champion. All right. Oh, here it is. Here was the little nugget off the special 3 that I thought was important. So I really want to do this going Pyrian. She's got selective time streams. You know, you've done this fight. It can really add up. And you see, I missed my window here. So I was like, okay, you know what I'm going to do? You know what turns off selective time stream? Shock. Little known because it's just like, why is it there? Gamora off of her special 3. If it's a Godslayer strike, meaning right, you that's what the signature ability or what she calls the specials when she crits, 100% chance to inflict a shock debuff, causing 10,124 at rank 2. So we've just completely turned off the heal there. And then we have more than enough damage. You get an idea what she looks like when she's at like that huge max ramp. You can see even our non-crits are doing big damage. That 36 and the 23, I think it was. Those were just lights and mediums. That wasn't a special attack. So you can see, look at these 23,000 crits, 36, just from a combo, just from lights and mediums. I think you're getting it. I think you're seeing it with how quickly she ramps up. You know, if you die, which will probably happen a lot in Necropolis, you're 40% revive. She's gonna get there for you pretty quick. All right, now here we go. As I've done this a few times here with the, I know that the Kate, hopefully you've seen the Kate Bishop video too. I think she's probably going to be phenomenal in this. She's definitely an Everest queen. I'm gonna keep it the same though, so the boosts feel the same. I do have the synergy with Mr. Fantastic. I think there's reason to think he might be good. I don't know, I'm not gonna try to say that he is. You're not gonna see a video from me just on that. But it's increasing the potency of the Furies, okay, fine. So it's kind of in replacement of a boost, and then also we have the Wags pre-fight. So here's one of the first things I want to show you is that we've already got 8 Furies and 3 of the cruelties, and you can see, look at this, we're critting for 11,000, that's a 20,000 crit. So these numbers are large. That first special 2 just did over 100,000 damage, okay? So you're in that fight, it's just started, and you are already doing significant damage. We've already done 3% of 9.5 million, and we're just getting started here. We're gonna get to, I'm gonna stop the video intentionally here when we get to our full Fury ramp. Ideally, and I think I learned this from Suida, I'm ending my combos in a light to get the Fury going first. Okay, so 60 plus 60, we're gonna do one more plus 85. So it's 200, over 200,000 special that quickly into the fight here, and at 1 minute and 2 seconds we're full Fury. You don't need to get there. You saw how big the damage was before we even got there, but 1 minute and 2 seconds we were already at the full amount of Fury. At that point, I'm going to switch over to my medium ending combos to get these the cruelties going there too, and we're actually going to reach our full ramp, full cruelty and Fury ramp in 2 minutes and 50 seconds into the fight. I do believe there are ways to increase the timer in Necropolis. We'll just have to see. But again, you don't need to get there. You saw how big the damage was very early on in the fight. We've got the armor breaks. We've got the bleeds going now too. So we're doing significant damage. And then, you know, it's essentially just going to be this over and over. I was going to run out of things to say. I didn't want to prolong the video. So we're actually going to skip ahead here very soon, now that you have the essence of the fight. And I'm going to show you how this closes, because 1, it's just so incredibly eye-popping, and 2, I want you to see it is not that different than very early on in the fight. She can ramp so quickly that I think, this is my prognostication, there's a chance that there's a decent amount of fights, or there's a good chance, or whatever, that formula equals out to, I think there's a good chance that she is someone who you are looking to be efficient and help you clear some fights in Necropolis. So There we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at the end. Look at those big numbers. I love them. I love big yellow numbers. I love big red numbers. They're all welcome here. And, you know, of course, using the striker helps too. So when you're in Necropolis, I believe, we'll take a look at the nodes and everything. You're going to use those as much as you possibly can. So here's the very end of the fight. And I want to make sure that this is clear. In these 2 5-hit combos, a 5-hit combo into the striker, another 5-hit combo, very normal to do, nothing tricky about it, into a special 2 is going to do over 455,000 damage. And like I said, early in the fight, it does not look that different. Watch this with me. Oh my God, this is a beautiful thing. So that didn't crit, so we got a crit. That's just a light attack there for the 29,000. That's a 45,000 medium crit into the striker. Now we're gonna go in, do it again, 45,000. This is just the combo, 29, 28. Throw this delicious special, 254, 62. Finish it off for us, Gamora. 93,000 at the end of the fight, fully ramped. I get it, probably never happens in Necropolis, but half of that does, and it's not half the damage. It's not even close. In fact, you're doing really, really well, and you saw that earlier in there. I know a lot of you, because a lot of you have been telling me too, all the cheers. You're like, Gamora's great, you gotta move her up, gotta move her. And we're like, I think she's amazing too, and there's a lot of that utility. We went over it. The True Strike. There's even a shock. She can get around resistances. She can handle evade. She can handle auto block for you. Her ramp is very, very fast. She's relatively simple to play and by today's standards. She has a ton of buffs. She has an armor break. She's got a bleed. I think she'd be really tough to make it, so we can't use her in Necropolis. Only time will tell, but either way, she's a phenomenal, phenomenal champion. So if nothing else, you got that out, you pull your Gamora. I think you're very, very excited about it. I know I took mine to rank 2 because I was excited about it. And then if she's good in Necropolis, you better bet I will be making videos and showing you that. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think we got right. Let me know what you think we got wrong. Take care.